The signing of the Anglo-Irish Treaty in December 1921 between representatives of the British government and representatives of Sinn Féin led to a rupturing of the Irish Republican movement. This was not just about divisions within the Sinn Féin organisation, but also within the Irish Republican Army, its female auxiliary Cumann na mBan, and indeed Irish society at large. That provides the context for this vivid collection of Civil War papers held in the Special Collections section of the UCD Library. What we see laid bare here is the intensity of the propaganda effort that was an essential part of the Irish Civil War. The Civil War broke out at the end of June 1922 and was over by April 1923. It was thus a short war, but it was sharp and in many respects brutal. And that was not just true of the military efforts and the military escapades, it was also true of the war of words. And it's that war of words that we see illuminated in these collections. Consider in particular the case that was being made by the anti-treatyites that the republic that had been declared in 1916 still held true, that it could not be broken, that it could not be betrayed by the Anglo-Irish Treaty. You also get light shed on the reaction to the deaths of high-profile individuals like Arthur Griffith and Harry Boland and, of course, Michael Collins. We also get some reflection on the status of women during the Civil War and also on the conditions in which those incarcerated from the anti-treaty side were experiencing. Some 12,000 anti-treaty Republicans found themselves interned over the course of the Civil War. This, of course, was ultimately about a great national tragedy, the extent of the divisions that lasted and endured well beyond the end of the Civil War. And the reason I think this collection is important a century on from the Civil War is that it invites us to place ourselves in the shoes of the participants, those in particular who were making the case against the treaty. How did they formulate their ideas and their arguments? How did they communicate their message? We are not, as historians and researchers and people generally interested in the history of this period, in a position to understand what motivated them and the depths of their sincerity, however misguided it may have been, unless we engage with the way in which they express themselves. And these collections invite us to do precisely that.